Hello. Hello. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Mistylotl. I should probably fill up my water bottle because there's not a lot left in there. But I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. I did a lot of art. And I'm really not excited to go back to work tomorrow, but I'm trying not to think about it. Hi Nix, how you doing? Also hi Atsuko, and hi everyone who is here. I'll be right back, I'm just gonna fill up my water bottle, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Took me a minute because I wanted to grab some grapes also. I needed to close my curtains. Alright, but we're back. Sorry for the delay. We're gonna play some Stanley Parable today. I'm excited because, like, I haven't really experienced this game myself before. I've only ever experienced it through, like, Let's Players. Like, I've watched Markiplier play it. Like, that's it, I think. But, it was mostly, like, in the background of me while I was drawing. Like, I was drawing, I think, and I had that in the background, so I don't really remember what was going on anyway. Like, I know what the game's about, but I don't really remember what happens in it. So it's kind of my first playthrough. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it myself, so it is. But I'm also not sure about everything that happens in there. So that's exciting. Sorry about that. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good day. How are you guys doing? What did you do today? Where's Mag? Because we need Mag to start.
I came.
Hi, Mag. Welcome to the stream. Mag really wanted me to play this game, so. You know what else I've been wanting to put on my my stream my games to stream list? Scarlet Hollow. Dude, the more I see about this, the more, like, curious I am. I really want to play it. I don't know when I'll do it, but I just put it on my list. Don't have sound? What? That's weird. Just waiting for Meg. You gonna watch on PC? Okay. Yeah. I can speak, I can speak. Also, maybe I will... That's my, my combo for the day. Man, my face hides, like, half the chat all the time, but I don't really know how to fix that. I don't want to be, like, all the way at the bottom, you know? Okay, I'll actually be right back again, because I'm waiting for Mag to do their thing, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. My phone is old enough that sometimes it just mutes all sound for no reason. What the fuck? That's so weird. Anyway, hi. I hope you're doing good, Meg. Hi, emo. Okay, sorry. I was just like moisturizing, I guess. I don't know. My skin was feeling weird, so I had to do it. All right. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I mean, not really. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. What? There's like a... Okay. The computer or the keyboard? Because, I mean... I don't know, whatever. This is good. Also, maybe I should actually full screen this and do the immersion thing. Because it looks like there's some, like, element to the lighting of the game. I don't really know. But we might do this. Let me just... Sick but alive. I'm glad you're alive at least. And I hope you feel better. My brightness is up and I lost sight of the computer when the slider was halfway. Okay. Yeah, for sure. We're just gonna do it like this. My cat is holding me prisoner. Oh no! There's volcano-sized pimple growing on my forehead as we speak. I'm so sorry, emo. What is the current time? It's... 9:37. 9:37 p.m. Confirm. You found Tiny's sister? What do you mean? Accessibility settings can be accessed from the menu? Okay. Is it actually? Is it actually 21:37? I keep forgetting the time. Oh my god, that's crazy. The Polish hour. Tiny is a cat we found in Spain. Oh my god, did you actually find her biological sister? Controls. I want to check the control. Yep, Okay. I'm glad I checked this because it always fucks with me. She had a brother and sister. We tried to take them, but only Tiny approached. Oh, I see. Wow, they're still there. That's cool. Yeah, we want to see. The end is never the end. Yay!
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Is it too loud?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room
Hi,
427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, give me a second because all the subtitles are being hidden by Herbie, so I have to move Herbie a little bit. You're grounded, Herbie. You sent me a... Oh, okay, also, hi, Twilight. Sorry I couldn't say hi properly because I was trying to follow the cutscene. But hi, I hope you're doing okay today. Hope you're having a good day. Atsuko sent me a picture of the kitties. Oh my god, they're so cute. Yay. Okay, so... Also the sound. God, I needed to fix the sound.
Release me.
No, Herbie, I'm sorry. I can't. You're too dangerous. I feel like maybe the game is a bit loud. I don't know. Tell me if you guys think the game's too loud or whatever. I mean, I don't know what it does, but I can press E for use. Am I like gliding? What's going on? This is so strange. Okay. Okay.
Mother, how dare.
Yeah, Herbie, I'm your mother.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Also, for people who don't know what this is, the Stanley Parable, it's a sort of similar game to like how the Slay the Princess begins. Like there's a narrator telling you what to do, and you can decide whether or not to do it. Basically, like when I played Slay the Princess, immediately my first thought was like, oh, this is like the Stanley Parable. So this is this game, which I haven't played.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, E, I can open doors.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah. The narrator is also British. I feel like the narrator always has to be British. Where am I? Jesus fucking Christ.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Stanley's on the path in the woods. Yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Kinda
It
sucks.
had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I don't think I can really interact with things.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What? That doesn't look like a meeting room. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Nuh-uh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000? Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Oops.
Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Oh,
you
well.
actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
I didn't even know I could do that.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
What?
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
What the fuck?
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A what?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome back.
What the
You
fuck?
may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago.
What the
and see
hell?
what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Fine.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly
I can't even
halfway
jump,
through the
so-
story. That story would make no sense at all.
I thought there was
we
a
just
jump
need
button.
to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I could jump here. No. I'm not gonna do a kill myself run. Not yet.
almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I just fuck with him and keep going right?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, look at this! It looks all fucked up. Oh, I mean, I can't go any further, it seems like. Okay. Can I make it worse? It looks so weird. Damn, I don't think I can go any further. Fine, I'll go right.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
I thought it would be
so
funny.
much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Yeah, same.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, don't.
I have to.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Well...
behave exactly as Stanley would.
Well...
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going right again, right? Turn around and leave? I can't. No, no, no. I can't open closed doors. They just like... It would be funny, but I can't.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know if there's any further I can take it. Okay.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
I don't think I can
Behave
take it any
exactly as
further.
Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow
Yes.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've tried a couple times. I don't think, you know. There's no other way for me to go. Like, it just takes me back here anyway. I'm gonna just wait. It cut off earlier? Okay, now it's not even doing anything, so...
No! Why did you do that?
Okay.
Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll go right this time. I don't really know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let a ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Oh. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What is the fucking... There's a jump button and it doesn't work. Okay.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115? Is it Nightshark? Is that what it said?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark
Yes?
115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Nightshark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
The fuck?
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This
Is there supposed to...
is a crucial step.
Is there supposed to be like some kind of mic integration? I'm not aware of this. Inside the Princess, it gave me a few achievements that I then had to guide you towards because you gave up before something fun eventually happened. Okay, yeah, I mean, I was doing stuff that didn't really do anything. I don't think. The door. I'll watch the VOD. Okay, no problem, Atsuko. I'm sorry that you can't hang out, but I hope you have a good evening. Audio? Oh, you're eating, okay. Okay, there doesn't seem to be like any mic integration, so I don't know what the fuck they want me to do here.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Well,
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
I
Why
did.
did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
well. What the f-
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Oh.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is
What?
everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
Wow.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I do think there is an achievement that you get if you stand in there for a certain amount of time. So I got one ending. Which, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's a bunch of different endings in this game, so my goal is to get, like, a bunch of them in this stream. I don't really know how many streams I'm going to do of this game, but I really wanted to try this. How the Curious story is supposed to be. Yeah, we're gonna do what he says now. There's a lot of endings? Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, earlier I didn't have the option to go down. That's interesting. Executive bathroom?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh, what are the odds?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I can't see shit, dude. Why would you want to see
Descending
shit?
deeper into the
Oh
building,
no.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Wow. Mind control facility? Escape?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow. That's crazy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Now, bro, it just sounds like the smitten. That's true. Just passing through. Hope you're enjoying the game. Thank you, brother. I hope you're having a good day. It's fun so far. Do I have to just press buttons? What do the buttons do? Nothing. One, two? Oh. I don't know what these do. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Yeah.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
How much have you seen so far? This is like my second ending. I got another ending where I got like stuck or something. I was at the end and I could see myself and, you know, not moving, and the narrator was going like, why aren't you doing anything? It was just like kind of freaking out. Because I like broke the game or whatever because I kept picking the wrong options. So yeah, let's keep going.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So why are they
Stanley
gone?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wanted to get popcorn. How the fuck did this happen? Oh, basically I got like the true ending by doing everything he wanted me to do. I found that there was like a mind control facility that was controlling the minds of every worker here, and I had to like turn it off. And so I turned it off, and the game ended, and I was like happy and whatever. Good night, Emo. I hope you have dreams of Kazuskara. Sleep well. But yeah, so I got like a second ending, which was apparently the true
When
ending.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I want to try to see if there's any other paths that I can take in this route. I saw the stairs.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
True.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that...
Hi, Chen. I hope you're doing good. Welcome home. I'm playing the Stanley Parable. I don't know if you have played this game before, but I'm doing it.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Nice, I'm flying.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Yay.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
See why people enjoy this game so much.
Let me wake up.
It's
He thought
good.
to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Damn. Oh, I'm still asleep, so... Oh,
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
and die. That's weird. That's fucked
This
up.
is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But
Oh,
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
dead.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I'm sorry that
Everyone knows
happened,
what
Atsuko.
crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
What the
She
hell?
had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Bro, that's fucking insane. Okay. Do the endings that I get like get stored in some place where I can look at them or whatever? I'm assuming. I mean, I only got one achievement for getting the
All of his
true one.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beauty. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I didn't take this one last time, so...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Sure. The end is never the end is never the end. Yeah.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Bro, fuck you.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
There's an achievement called that. Like, the end of is never the end is never the... That's very possible. I mean, Slay the Princess is... I'm pretty sure is, like, very inspired by Stanley Parable. Yeah.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
It's like how Mag found out the other day that there's a fucking Disco Elysium like a Disco Elysium reference in Honkai Star Rail. Like, there's an achievement in Honkai Star Rail that is a line from Disco Elysium. That's crazy to me. Car. Riding in my car. Wait, driving in my car.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Okay.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Make it drop. God damn it, dude.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Nope.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh god, okay. So many choices. I'm gonna go this way. Oh. This is literally the back rooms, dude. Oh my god.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just Do we need to restart the game again?
Oh.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Good bro. Whoa. The fuck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yay!
Not about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution.
Nice.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Really?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Is it really?
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Okay.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Bro.
the music. Go back and look at that fern.
What? What fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Whatever.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
No,
Line,
no,
you
no.
do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Sorry. Oh my god.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Oh.
We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Bro, okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
They call me the Wanderer.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It's going in the ceiling.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is
I am
clearly
going the
yes,
other way around.
then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I can't go the other one? Damn it.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Oh god.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. That was weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, what to do now? I'm gonna go left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So I'm gonna go, cause...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay. The worst jump scare is the
Yet there
found
was
jump
not
scare?
a single person
Oh.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find it coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I swear to God, I thought there was a way to, like, jump, and their space is supposed to be the jump button.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
You can't jump?
2845.
What? Wait, I just got an achievement that said you can't jump. We deleted that feature. What the fuck does that mean? Wait, what? Why am I getting that achievement now? If the game was made by Polish people, one of the pictures on the wall would turn into John Paul II.
Forgot,
Yeah.
but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell on with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, that's funny. No jumping allowed around here. I see. Yay. Why didn't you try the code? Because I already did it last time. I know what happens when you put in the code, so I wanted to see if anything happened if you just didn't. If you didn't do anything. I know of one singular achievement in this game. Okay. I tried to press the other one though. I can tell you. Yeah? Yeah. Let's go back up, dude. I don't know.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator
Eight,
and went back
okay.
up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. Well, that's,
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other,
couldn't do anything.
weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative.
You okay, dude?
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Uh-huh. I'm assuming it only does something like if you input it at the beginning. Well, I'm back to...
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm gonna go back up just to piss him off.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Hey, keep your sarcasm, fuck-ass narrator. Oh my god, it's the boss's office. Yeah, I'm gonna piss him off again.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Oh my god.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
This is so great. Oh my god, I can't
Okay,
believe
I'm ready.
oh
I'm
my god.
prepared to embrace this
I can't believe
stunning
my eyes.
revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Okay. Ah. Are you enjoying this, Herbie? Can you see anything that's going on?
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Oh, I'm going back down.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
Okay,
That's
smartass.
just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Well, you know what we're doing? Going up! I was just not saying anything though. Well.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense,
Sarcasm.
the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
What is happening?
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive.
I did hear you yawn.
That's why people
why.
like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
What?
So that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Yay!
Oh, good, we're here.
Nice. What the fuck is happening?
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the pyramids. The guy who went to Mars. Just some guy. Just a dude. How we did it, the pyramids.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
All eyes on Stanley live on stage. Well, it's, I'm going. World Peace Baby. An evening with World Peace Baby. What the fuck does that mean?
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Stanley Parable, Stanley tonight live on stage. World's first sentient machine. Sure. Doing great, a conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
I'm sorry, Meg.
Okay, it looks
I
like
didn't
they're ready
I didn't register the joke at first, but it was really good.
for you. Go get 'em.
Go get him. Mag. Remember where you came from, your coworkers. Fuck. What is that ugly ass fucking wall? I love the way you write elevators. Who said that? Break a leg champ, your boss. It's there twice. Stanley, me. What does it say after? Age 6? Oh, this is the kid's name? I don't know. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending, which I don't have yet. I love the way you write elevators. Oh my god. Oh, I'm the Ash baby. What the fuck? There's like 1 million people in here. That's insane. Down and up and down and up and down and up again. That's so loud, bro. Come on. What the fuck?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
New content? Yeah, of course.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
You too, man.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Okay.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
They released DLC after, like, not DLC, but like an expansion after 9 years.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Never kill yourself.
Tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Give me the content.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay. Well, whatever. Okay. It's... I can't jump when I'm, Oh. I can only jump here. Oh, is that because they made like a joke about it? They deleted the jump feature, so they made a joke about it? That's really funny. Why did they delete it?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for
That's really
exciting
funny.
new content?
I love because
Is this
there's
new
a period
content?
at
Like
the end of
just
your
redo-
sentence, Mag. It sounds like you're really upset. That's really funny.
The whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And
Lol.
don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them
On Twitter?
personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have
I'm gonna make a call out post on twitter.com.
lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Whatever. Just do it. Ah. What, Atsuko? What did I just say?
Just
Do it! Make your dreams come true! What did you say? I don't remember. What did I say? What did I say? I can't help you because I forgot. Oh no. Does anyone remember what I just said? Like, did I make a joke or something? What happened? You don't? Oh my god. No one remembers what I just said. That's fine. It's okay, guys. I don't remember what I just said. I'm sorry, Atsuko. I wish I could tell you.
Psst. Stanley!
What?
Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Fine. I will. Coffee nut? Bro, who puts nut in their coffee? Sounds disgusting.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made
The thing you said to make Matt go, and Nix, he's one of those. Okay, Nix, why did you say he's one of those? Oh, the call out post. Yeah. Okay, so he said something about, I'm gonna talk to these people on Twitter, and I was like, I'm gonna make a call out post on twitter.com. So I was quoting, you know, the Robotnik speech from Snapcube, the Sonic fandom. That's what I was doing.
something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Bro, what the fuck is this? What? What is going on?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the waste.
Oh god. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. 2013. Bro. Smile because it happened. $1. Okay. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Oh look, that's me dead. What the fuck? French.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay. Well, husk of opulent dreams? Yeah. Well... Sorry, I'm laughing because... I feel like I shouldn't say this here, but I like... I posted like some cropped images on Tumblr of some art that I made. And I was like, if you want to see the full stuff, like, just DM me. And I just see like notifications. Because I scheduled it for like a few minutes ago, I guess. And there's someone in my DMs like, can I see the thing? It's just really... I mean, it's wholesome, I guess. It's like... it's not wholesome, but it is, like... It's just really funny. Okay. Huh!
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley
GameSpot.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Damn. Since we can't have sex on Twitter anymore, I was using Google Docs to write sex and they're even deleting that, even though I'm the only one being able to see it. Bro, Atsuko, it's fucking ridiculous, I know. I'm sorry for talking openly about this, but it's so much- it's bullshit, dude.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I haven't
no.
looked at these in years.
Not the
I
Steam
can't even
reviews.
imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Ah.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Bro, what the fuck is happening? What's up with that? I know it's a Europe thing. The Google Docs thing is not that, though. It's like, it's related to their terms of service, but their terms of service don't say that not safe for work content is not allowed, but rather, like, any content related to trafficking and something else. But their algorithm, it's a fucking algorithm scanning the shit, so they make a lot of mistakes, and that's why I don't think it's gonna happen to everybody, but it's been happening by mistake to some people, which is dumb as hell. Sorry, I left for a bit because my phone was having issues, so I'm definitely gonna have to watch the VOD later. Okay, no problem, Twy. Okay.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
Okay, no problem, Shane. See you later. I hope you have a good dinner. Yeah, I'll probably have stopped when you come back, but, yeah, I hope you have a good dinner. I'll see you later. My high school essay is on trafficking right now. Might be gone for, how fun. Oh, yeah, I don't know, maybe. It's really dumb.
But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh my
That's
god.
my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't want a skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, oh, Stanley. You're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire
Wow.
year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed
I mean, that's all I can do,
opportunities.
so.
I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days.
He's gone. He died. Oh my god, he's gone. I killed the narrator. What the fuck is the beeping?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make...
Well. The fuck was that? I don't know if it came from the game or what, but there was like a weird red thing on my screen.
The end is never the end, 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 is never...
There's water. Why is there water dripping? Crazy. Oh god, the ceiling collapsed. Oh my god, what the fuck happened? The prisoner? Wow, that's beautiful. All this because people wanted a skip button. Oh, there is fern. Interesting. Can we leave? Probably not. Oh no. I don't know what happened, but things got all destroyed again. There's like a horror vibe in this. That's scary. Okay. Ah. I don't think it's gonna work anymore, but I can get out. Ah! Going towards the sun, I guess. That one scene from Pirate of the Caribbean. I don't remember. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in so fucking long. That was cool. Well, we restarted. Was that an ending?
All of his co-workers were
Yeah,
gone.
it looks like
what
it.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content? Let's go.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay.
You see, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2. The end is never the end again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Wow. New content is out. New content is in. New content part 2 is in. New hotness. Old plus busted new hotness. Bro, what the fuck are we talking about even? 2! The fern? Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I'll play into the negative review thing, but I think this route is too long. I think this is the second one. I don't know. New content, new features, new, we're going on the bus. No? Okay. Oh my god, dude.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Is there such a thing? This massive fucking room
For
just...
the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Jim.
Isn't that... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this
Jim.
button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Okay.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Jim.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Absolutely. The fuck is that window?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Epilogue?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Collectibles and Imagine it docks you right here in this instant. Well, the cool thing about, is that I thought of everything, you know? Like, I changed my name on my computer to my nickname. I don't think anywhere on my computer it says my actual real name. I don't think so, at least. Infinite hole? I want to go in the infinite hole. Yes. Is the infinite hole over there? Depth, infinite, infinity. This is so bright.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's
Yes,
right.
that's go rim.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Yeah, we can fall. I'm sure it will be fun. Do a flip!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
The teleport button? What do you mean?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I'm in the hole. I'm committed now. I'm committed to the bit.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, oops.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Oops.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Yeah.
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Me.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Mostly.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Man, I wonder what would happen if I just hung out here. Our ankles should have shattered. I mean, not just the ankles. I feel like the entire body would be gone. Oh, you're not gonna say anything? Gas? Well, he's not talking right now, so if you want to gas. Yeah. Nice. Yay! Alright, I guess we're going
Great.
back out.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, good idea.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not
I like
normal.
holes too
A
much?
normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't
Okay,
know it's
let's
an
go.
infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay. I could just jump, but... Oh, I can't tell.
Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
I used all my jumps.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Oh, bye.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
Oh,
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
thank you, narrator. I love my hole. Hashtag my hole.
No.
Oh, we're descending.
I came.
Oh my god, what is happening? Guys, be normal. Bustin' makes me feel good, feel good, feel good. Dude, my ceiling fan, the light of it is so fucking bright that I feel like I'm in the middle of the day. Change your perspective. Why would I want to do that? Oh god. I look ugly. You blame Twitter.
Grab his dick and twist it!
What is happening? What is this, iron lung?
My head's stronger. You're no longer using up this.
What the fuck is this?
I know.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second.
Oh, but it was
I
fun.
don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to
Cool.
all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Well, it's been real. Beatboxing puppies. Oh. I'm back here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The reassurance bucket? The fuck does that mean?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
What the fuck?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. 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 Oh, it's opening. I can go back. What even is happening? Why do I have a bucket?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
The only time I have a bucket is when I am sick, and that is not attractive. Understandable. Was that from the game or from my... This has to be from the game.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Well, interesting. Free new plus easy achievement? I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Okay. Okay, €8 right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works!
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. I don't know when this ends, but when it does, I'm probably gonna have to stop streaming.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles? Collect them all. Space?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the fuck is this? Okay. That's it?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I think I've seen everything. Did I do the epilogue thing? I don't remember. The new updated ray trace, more of the same but in a good way. Sequel to the... mostly infinite hole. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to the exit. Unless, I thought there was like an epilogue thing. But maybe I did it already. Please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay, fuck
Or
you.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Me too, I'm moving on.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
God, what the fuck?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
I wish making games were that easy. How amazing.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh my god, okay.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I
Sorry, I'm
wanted fans
sleepy.
to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Wow, okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
There's a skip button.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I skipped. Oh wow, great.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Is there an end to this? Like,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Beautiful. Am I still in Nyx? Is it still the same route, or am I? Oh my god. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Welcome back, Shane.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
The different outcomes with the bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yay!
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Oh, can't wait.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
You're cold. Yeah, it kind of is cold. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, what the fuck, right? Whoa!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh. Okay.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
She sounds like Joyce. A little bit. Ah, the bucket. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit, or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance or darkness? Bro, I don't know.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Replica of the Inferno bucket, which is the medieval era. In the medieval era, was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains no one can control a bucket. Billions died? Bro. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Okay.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oh, a hole. Oh,
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Okay.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
what? Well, am I dead? I died. I seem to have died. Okay. Quick question, Nix. If I quit the game now, when next time I play, is it gonna take me back to, like, this thing? Or am I gonna get back to, like, the very, like, zero moment? How does that work? I don't really understand. Cause, I mean, I don't have the time to get all of the bucket outcomes right now. Oh my god, sorry. I'm really sleepy, so I kind of want to stop playing. You sneezed 4 times? What? That's a lot. Oh my god. Uh... Whenever you reach an ending, your save is updated. It autosaves after each restart. Okay. No, okay, I looked it up, it's fine. It seems like it autosaves like this. So let's see. I mean, it is back to...
This?
Yeah, it is back to my thing. Okay, that's fine. We can stop here for now. This is so weird, man. Well, it was fun. Fun game. Bucket, yeah. Carpet. Check it out. I'm in the house. Okay, well that was pretty fun. I'm gonna stop for today because I'm really sleepy, and you know what the fuck is happening this Wednesday? Genshin Impact update. Yeah! 5.8, baby. It's gonna be so cool, I'm really excited. Oh my god. It's not cry yet, but we're getting close, we're getting real close. And it's a summer event. Usually summer events are really fun. Marriage of Ari, let's fucking go! After all these years, fucking Marriage of Ari, finally. Jesus. Okay, check it out. I'm in the house. Like bucket. Like bucket, bucket, bucket. Check it out. I'm in the house. I'm in the house like bucket. Okay, who is streaming right now so I can raid them? Who the fuck is online? No way we're getting Marriage of Ari before Kazuskara. Yeah. It'd be like that. It's gonna happen though. We have to be patient. We have been, but we have to keep going. What is happening? Let's raid Liv on Shadow, who is playing Supermarket Simulator. I'll play maybe a little more of this, next Monday, perhaps. I don't think I'm gonna do too many playthroughs of this game, but maybe one more, or... yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm starting to raid. Thank you so much for hopping in, you guys. It was fun. I will see y'all on Wednesday for Genshin Impact. Bye!